Hello again and welcome to another Beyond All Reason video. We have a AV8 here with the classic map DSD, and as we zoom out we see the plans here going up from the blue team wanting to get a transport onto the middle hill and then snipe with flyers. Guess the new balance go com mid, and we see everyone building up. And let's go through the players. So we've got Protech in this top corner, going triple max into Solars. We have Grenvacht going Wind. We have Spooder friend with a Air Factory with only one mex, which is interesting. He should be struggling on metal. No, it's okay. Remembering that energy takes more energy than metal to build. And we come back here to Trezin, who is on the hill here with a bot lab. Tags low, very good player here. In the back middle with a vehicle lab. Pretorek in the front here with a bot lab, and we see Spooder with that airlift into middle, just as blue predicted. Now let's try and get the hill. Fortunately, green aren't going to be quick enough here with the factory in order to stop that from happening. Going back to the players, Alberto, bottom right corner with the bot lab. Flash with bot lab, very good player there as well. So two very good players on this team. Captain Jack Sparrow, front line here with a bot lab. Dr. Dron, yet to leave the base as well. The fighter there just going to miss Spooder with no progress whatsoever. Okay, and Evolved Monkey with bot. We see some energy being gifted here from Mom's Toy Boy. A air transport from Green. This might be a bit late for Scrag to give it to Green. Don't know where he's going to move that com. Mouse with an LFT in base here. Very conservative. And interestingly enough, we see Von Spec about to land just south of the middle here. We'll see what comes from this. Spooder building an LLT. Is he going to suicide his comm on purpose here? Does look that way. And there we see a dead comm. And Tags low in a very strong position here to control that wreck. Mom's Toy Boy coming in as well. Slow doesn't have the energy. There's a lot of commander dropping going on this. It's great to see air being used for purpose for a change. Tom standing in front, blocking the D-gun. Blue's com coming in as well. There's a lot of air transports going on. I have never seen this many air transports in a single game before. Meanwhile, quickly checking bottom here. Captain Jack Sparrow and Flash going off on it. Flash with the rocket bots. Captain Jack starting to get some, but Jack's got his LLT going up. Jack getting the D-gun on the LLT there. Very well done. As we see Mom's Toy Boy here going the middle with maybe trying to get round the back of Slow. Double LLT's positioned up there now. Should stop any com pushes. A very aggressive com plays here. Captain Jack going to get the LLT on that, but will not be able to escape, I don't think. Not with all of that fire. As there we go, Captain Jack dies. Flash trying to get some LLTs and some units there to defend, but he should be able to secure that com wreckage quite easily. We've got a couple of orange tanks here as well to assist. And Slow is easily going to be able to hold that. We see a nice push round here against Scrag with the forces from, I want to say, they're Tezrins. Should be able to push into green here. Won't actually do any damage if he does go there, so they're just going to get killed off. Meanwhile, we'll see Mom's Toy Boy getting that LLT. Yep. And the missed D-gun there from Mom's Toy Boy gets another one off there. The Resbots should be able to keep Mom's Toy Boy alive, whereas Slow has no Resbots there to assist. It's very close, 28, 25%. Back Slow only at 19, 14. The D-gun's coming out to kill the leftover units. Slow's going to probably go down here as well, but takes the other person with him. Mom's Toy Boy losing his comm as well. Meanwhile, Flash holding off, got the comm wreck at the bottom. And we see a lot of dead comms very early on into this game. It's 7-4 comms. Left team only has lost 1 comm so far. Wow, that's a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. These comms should be able to claim this wreckage, even though there's a bunch of enemy units to the south that aren't really doing anything. Dr. Dom is successfully pushed pre-turret out with 4 health. That is a very low health. You see the left team sharing that excess eco very well between them. We'll see what they can do with that excess metal now. They've got the reclaim of 3 comm wrecks now. Oh no, there should be 4 comm wrecks actually, yes, because there was one over here at the beginning. Here, sorry. Yeah, so we'll see how that plays. Flash pushing back Captain Jack. Unable to make a dent, but we do have a nice harass here, but other than getting 2 metal extractors, isn't really going to impact Flash much at all. He'll be able to get them built up in no time at all. The north side here, we have unit cannon, which is the first time we've actually been looking at him. Unfortunately, his rocket bots are hitting the energy trees in the middle, and unfortunately are not going to be able to do anything. The right team is actually going for a resign. It'll be sad to see that happen, but it is looking like that's going to be the case. Protec being very nice here and gifting Slow the geothermal and still building it for him. It's very nice of them. As we see a nice push here into Jack's, not Jack's, Vetvon? Dr. Dron's base, sorry. Gets a couple of the energy buildings there. Flash pushing back at the bottom. Dr. Dron not really being able to do much there. Those tanks will push through very quickly. He's also very exposed here, being the fact that we have the Tezren and Spuda just directly north of his position, and he doesn't really have the units to stop that. Spuda friend looks like he's just going to walk into Dr. Dron's base and just blow up in it anyway. Maybe a bit of a mistake here, as we try and watch both Dr. Dron and Spuda at the same time. Dr. Dron will be fine. Spuda, on the other hand, will probably die here without actually accomplishing anything other than donating metal. Scrag putting himself right outside of that base. But Scrag does not get off in time. The fighter takes out the comm, leaving it 6-3 as Dr. Dron is about to get surrounded here as well. As another comm goes out of the game. Such a lot of explosions, such a short time. Seeing the comms used as transports in this game has been very interesting. High mobility of the air transport makes things a lot different. And we see these tanks could have pushed through there, but we do see Tech 2 on the field here from Evolved Monkey. If we very quickly here, well, actually, never mind, because we see one of the comms, 2 of the comms get reclaimed for the blue team, and red gets 1 more comm wreck on their side as well. 62 comms at this point. Last two comms being... trying to find them, actually. Maoist at the back. And I actually don't know where the last comm is for the blue team. I can't see it. Captain Jack losing his base here. Actually, I believe this was the base that was gifted to him, so that's gone. This player needs to bring something out to help out soon. Someone on their team has tech too, and I can't seem to see where it is. Oh, there we go, purple, evolved monkey. We see yellow player with some bombers here. We'll see if they make a dent. We've been focusing a lot on this south side, but at the same time we're seeing unit cannon pushing the units out of their depth there, but Grenvac might be about to change that. Pizrin getting hit by that cannon, but shouldn't really have much issues. We're about to see Dr. Dron lose his base here. He doesn't really have much he can do to stop that. The scout harass around the back, just killing off all the power. And there we see the right team surrender. The interesting play there of all of the comm drops. Very surprising, to be honest with you. I've never seen so many air transports in such a short game. Well played, both teams, and because that one was such a short one, we're going to now move over to another 8v8. And here we are to the next 8v8 on Coon Valley. And we were given this replay in the replay chat in Discord because they said there was an interesting tactic played out. We are actually starting to see something interesting here, as the entirety of the blue team, with the exception of Mouse, are all spawning in... Oh, with the inclusion of Mouse. All spawning in this bottom box. Pyrotech, okay, Air Lab, and all comm drop. Wow, so the entirety of the right-hand team is planning to airdrop the left team. Now, this is a very ballsy play, and as we see here, the left team all just going normal. Not going anything different from normal setup here. Captain Jack Sparrow thinks that they... Well, he is going to get airdropped, because he's probably going to airdrop from this position to the middle hill, which is normally quite a thing that happens. Sometimes it's also the hill players that also airdrop onto the hills to get a forward position. From that forward position up the hill, you can defend it quite easily, and you could also use the artilleries, or from Tech 2 you can use the attack missiles to hit the players' bases that are in those locations. And yeah, we see the teams trying to decide what they want to do. Spirit of Friend deciding who is deciding where we go, whereas the left team is going normal style. Not all of the players on the left have actually placed yet. Two in the middle, though, on single mexes, which is interesting because we don't normally see that as a single start mex position. Normally, the positions tend to be, well, to be honest with you, things move around. So normally you have one person in the middle, and then one person in this middle hill at the back, and then you have people either here in the top, and bottom corner, rather than next to the bit in the middle. But we'll see. We will see. And here we go. So their mark for the blue team is Fet von Speck. Let's see how this goes. Each commander is building their own thing. King Charles has built the mechs. Greenvac has built the energy. King Charles building a scout LLT to protect. Alberto got a mechs and some energy. Mom's going energy. And Pyro getting an energy storage for all this metal. Now, I would presume what's going to happen here is we're all going to gift it to one person. And we go from there. Are we seeing this? Or we are not, actually. But look at the rate in which these commanders are getting out these air transports. With all of their whole team's economy getting air transports out. And the air transports are starting to be gifted here. And we'll see how this goes. Now, the players are building a lot of energy here because they are going to need energy for D-guns. So they don't have energy. They're not going to be able to do any D-gunning at all. Looks like King Charles might be staying behind. Oh, they're being told to wait as Pyrotech and Alberto went to leave on their own. King Charles now has one. Evolved Monkey Gamat is ready. Spuda Friend has one. It's just Mouse who doesn't have one. No, Mouse does have one. There we go. And we've got some scouts coming in. And here we go. The left team has all their units as normal. They're about to see 8 commanders flying through the sky. And be like, oh shit, what do we do? King Charles going, wait, what was the plan again? And everyone's spreading out. Tezzeret being super quick to try and get air defense here, which will get... Oh, that's one com dead. King Charles and Mum's Boy Toy landing straight outside the base. Evolved Monkey landing as well. Pyrotech and Spuda still alive. King Charles was going for a self-D there, but changes his mind. Is he going to D-gun the factory? No, he's still going. D-gun comes from Mom's Toy Boy instead. Flash is going to die here. Flash is dead. King Charles still alive. Flash's base is gone. Meanwhile, Slow's base is also gone, and so is Tezrin's. Pyrotech set up at the back. Evolved Monkey landing. Mouse is about to land as well. Very ballsy play here as we see Mouse come in at the top. He's going to land as well. Being a bit ballsy here, going right in. D-guns go off. At the same time, Pyrotech doing a great job. Clears out the base there as well. And we saw a comm go up. Where was that comm? Oh, in the middle there. Against Tezrin. Tezrin managed to secure it. Well, you don't normally see this. And there we go. That's another comm dead. Very ballsy play from blue team. And that has actually, wow, actually worked, which is surprising. Pyro is probably going to die here from all these pawns, especially if he misses the D-gun. Gets 2, 3 with the D-gun. Misses the D-gun again and again. D-gun's the factory. Actually does a great job there, D-gunning. Clears all of the pyros up. The pawns, sorry. He should D-gun the wreck. You need to do it closer. Yep. And with the air transport, gets away. Will he get away though? No! Because the fighter gets him on the extract. Oh, so we see King Charles here at the top, being actually from the right side of the map, but obviously now here. Mama's Toy Boy also in a very strong position. Yeah, Mouse also in a strong position on the enemy side of the map here. We'll see how this plays out. With it 3 to 6 in terms of commanders. Unfortunately, there was no engineers left in the base, so they've actually not been able to take any of their own land. Unit cannon self-D'ing his comm, but for nothing. This is not over yet, though. The blue-coloured team can't really obviously make anything of what they've got. They've not captured any of their own lands yet. So if Tezrin and Slow can make advantage of that, which they are sending units to do, then who knows? The red colour team might be able to pull this back. Flash hasn't resigned yet, which makes me think he's waiting to be gifted an engineer or something. Mouse holding onto that hill quite well. Pink has a lot of room now, but it does mean he's got a lot to deal with. And King Charles able to hold his hill as well. So if we quickly draw a map here showing you the front line now, it kind of looks something like this. But then Mouse is really cut off. Mouse is on this hill all alone. Unfortunately, Dr. Dron is not trying to push him. Leaving Mouse on the hill. If Captain Jack, Scrag, and Mouse, Dr. Dron pushed Mouse, he wouldn't be able to get out. Meanwhile, the Orange Scout causing aggro for the Blues team base, destroying all the energy there as well as one tank. There is laser towers at the front there. Interestingly enough, using air transports here to transport enemy units in front of the laser towers. This is quite an ingenious use of an air transport. Although he's not getting this second one. Will he get it? Oh, it moved just in time. He needs it to stand still in order for him to pick it up. Unfortunately, he's gonna get all that energy. He should have picked up the scout instead, which was stood still. And he does. There you go. So we'll get that. Meanwhile, let's see what's going on over here. Mum's Toy Boy holding the front line there against Scrag. Scrag just with a bunch of scouts, no actual units. Meanwhile, King Charles has a decent amount of pawns, and he's building the geothermal and reclaiming the wreck of that comm. Meanwhile, Captain Jack is sending all his forces south rather than dealing with Mouse up on the hill. Dr. Dron has lost his factory and has got no units at all in to defend. It's a bit of a mishap on his part there. He did lose his base on top of the hill, though. I believe he was the one that started in that position, so kind of expected. Scrag has a buttload of ticks here, 21 total. And if Mouse does move all of his units out, that might be enough to cause some aggro to him. Meanwhile, we have Pezaren crossing the front, sending units all the way forward. It's interesting here that we're not seeing them clear up what's in their base and rather trying to push across as normal. Slow's doing the same. He knows there's no enemies there, so he's literally just got engineers, and his planning is to spread out as quick as possible. Flash gets given a comm from Captain Jack. He will not have the energy to do any deep gunning here, though. Will be enough to save Jack's base. Missed D-gun there. Yes, that will be enough. This has brought Flash back into the game. He's been given a mechs and an engineer from the middle. You see a air transported single blitz up to the top here to harass Scrag's base. Scrag being about to not lose that, but we've got a converse comm here. Scrag doesn't have the energy for anything, and those blitzes will make short work of Scrag. He has no energy to D-gun. That was his only D-gun, and he got one tank. This isn't going to be enough. Scrag instead not using his forces. Great D-gun there, though. 20%, 10%, 1, 0, and Scrag's comm is out. Meanwhile, at the same time, we see yellow, which is Captain Jack, pushing down onto Mum's Toy Boy. They only have 2 comms left for the right team. One of those is Mum, one of those is King Charles. The base is getting cleared up on the right side of the map here. They weren't able really to build anything there. They haven't been able to secure that hill. And Mum's Toy Boy now going down as well, leaving King Charles on his throne of a hill with only res bots nearby. And that's a lot of pink units. Now, although that was a great strategy and very fun, it doesn't look like it's going to win them the game here. It has completely thrown the meta off, though, in terms of who does what and where to go. We see an air transport coming in here to King. Is he going to try and save himself? Green still has a decent base. It's not like Mum's Toy Boy doesn't have a decent base here. Probably building too much, though, for the amount of economy he has. It's fairly okay. We did see Scrag lose his outpost as well. So we see a bunch of scouts here from Slow, causing a lot of hassle for King Charles. Meanwhile, though, Dr. Don has basically changed side of the maps. So has Slow. The economy difference is going to be absolutely ridiculous. Yes, the red-coloured team has 141 metal income. The blue has 36. So, this is not going to end well for the blue team, as predicted. But was an interesting tactic. Was a fun thing to do. This air transport ferrying around a single blitz is actually caused a surprising amount of trouble for the left team. But unfortunately, it's not really going to be able to do much. And the blitz gets dropped and is going to instantly get killed. And there's the fighter. End their hopes and dreams. Ezran is just pushing forward as well. So, yeah, with this as it is, I'm not seeing much survival options. As the front line that we mentioned before has now shifted, we have a front line like this, with Mouse on a hill on his own, with us ignoring this line going through the middle. So yeah, this front line down to the south, and Mouse on his hill at the top. Meanwhile, the entirety of the rest of the map is the red teams. Surprisingly though, King Charles has a lot of units. Ones are going to cause some problem as they start to push through. Flash being given quite a bit here in order to get back in the game. However, versus assault tanks, I don't know how well Pawn's going to do. He's going to get obliterated here. Also with the Dragon's Claw pop-up, going to deal quite good damage against these pawns. Electric shots jumps between close range units, giving extra damage. He did some damage to economy. Charles actually has some gunships out as well that will just harass the enemy, but Slow has fighters, so they're not going to be able to do much. Red team is circling King Charles' base, going, this is where he is, come finish him off. But at the same time, Mouse just up here, not being contested. Maybe because they know there's no commander there, so there's no issue. But here comes the push from Slow. 14 assault tanks. At the same time, we're going to see all these units come in from Scrag as well. Charles actually rezzing a comm here. Maybe changing the play potentially. It's not probably going to be able to do much as Mum's Toy Boy's base is about to get destroyed. Very nice combined push here. The cloak from King Charles as he goes to degun all the tanks. The tanks get by. All of Slow's tanks are now dead, leaving just pawns left. Captain Jack, frustrated by the fact that Slow's tanks have died. And but I don't think it's going to matter. Tezrin has a substantial force here coming in to kill off Mum's Toy Boy's base as the King Charles team have surrendered. You zoom in for the comm blow up. Boom. Very interesting tactic. Well played, guys, for trying something new. Definitely throws off the ideas of just thinking, oh, the back people are gonna tech up, they're gonna nuke rush. Completely out of left field, the aircraft tactics there. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this kind of weird 8v8 games that we've had today. I'll see you guys next time.